Hey, howdy, hey, hello. Do you ever need to just take a break from watching the Darkness videos?
Behind the steering wheel.
And what better way to take a break than to go jump in and hang out with a bunch of purple elves? Which is essentially what Palia is. It has all the cozy crap we've all come to want. You know, fishing and gathering wood and rocks and a little bit of hunting. Super gratuitous gore. And there's a romance element to it, although I haven't dipped super far into that.
Hey, you.
But if I did, let's face it, Reth is the best. Well, maybe Einar. He's pretty great too.
Humans call me Einar.
But point being is, if you like my normal content, aka Stardew, we're not going to talk about it, or anything in the like, I think this game is definitely worth checking out, especially given the fact that it is free. And as of the time this video comes out, it will be an open beta. This is all closed beta footage. And I did encounter a few bugs here and there, like this, where my chests were not able to be picked up, and this, where I got stuck in a dock, but all relatively minor stuff, and nothing so game-breaking that it really made me want to run away from it. But there's a lot here to be really excited about. It really just jumps in and lets you do whatever you want, which I think is great off the bat. You know, you don't have to... you're not locked into a tutorial zone. You can go do whatever you want right off the bat, pretty much. Within half hour to an hour, you should have all of your basic tools to be able to do anything you want. And you're given a plot of land right off the beginning of the game again, so you can start, farming or building a house or doing what I do and just squirreling around from thing to thing to thing with reckless abandon. But in that, I did find myself doing a lot of fishing, as anyone who is familiar with my Stardew content will know, and a lot of cooking, because I really wanted to see if I could get to the point that there's the ability in this game to cook with your friends. So more complicated recipes, which I have some, but I didn't quite in the time I played get to the point that I could make some of these higher tier ones. But for instance, there are recipes where maybe you need to use an oven, a prep table, a mixing station, a stovetop, all these various things, and you can't necessarily get them all done in the allotted amount of time. So you need to invite friends over, like, hey, why don't you go prep the mushrooms while I bake the bread, and you can stir the soup or whatever, and it makes it so that even something as trivial as cooking becomes a communal exercise. And I guess I should say that's a bit of a misqualification calling cooking trivial, because it is not. You have this whole thing in the game. You have this focus bar up here, and although you don't need it to do anything, I saw that and I was immediately like, oh god, it's an energy bar. I'm only going to be able to do so many things so often, like so many free-to-play games. It's got all this weight thing, and they do this freemium crap where you can pay for more energy. No. There is no, as of yet, there are no boosts there, and this is something they've said they don't plan on ever doing, is boosts. You can't pay to be better. Everything you can pay for is just cosmetics, which I did buy one because I wanted to look cool. Fight me. But the energy bar, actually, all it does is it adjusts how much experience you gain. Simply by having anything in the bar, you are gaining extra experience for anything you would be gaining experience for. And that's only based on you eating. All you have to do is eat, and it's not hard to find and make food, because it can even be basic food. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't get more experience for eating a complicated meal. You just get more focus, so you can do it for longer. Anyway, I'm going on and on about the cooking because I thoroughly enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun. But beyond that, the world itself is a lot of fun to explore. I like the art style. It's very, it's bubbly, it's cartoony, it's these sort of soft edges and pastel colors, but I find that appealing. I think it fits the aesthetic of the game, I guess I can talk about real quick the multiplayer end of it. It's billed as an MMO, and I see a lot of people kind of harping on that labeling, and I can understand why. If you're expecting to load into town and there be 500 people doing slash dance on the mailboxes, in town, it's not like that. It caps out at, I don't know, something like 25 or 30 people per instance. So when you're in Kilima Village, which is the main and starting town, you don't see a lot of people running around. It doesn't overpopulate it, which again, I think fits the aesthetic of the game. To me, it's a feature, not a bug, because you can add people to your party, your friends, if they're not in your instance. As with any other game that instances, you just add them to your party. Boom. You can invite them to your house, do stuff with them, whatever. And like the cooking, everyone benefits from doing things together. You're chopping wood and some guy wants to run over and help you. He doesn't split the rewards with you. You both get you get the same amount as if you did it alone. It's just faster. There's no reason not to be helpful and to allow people to help you in Palia, which I think is super great. And there are in fact things that you can only do with people. There are these like magic trees, for instance, and they heal themselves in most cases quicker than you can take down their health. So super cool. Nice to have people come help you. In fact, you'll see a lot of times, you'll see in the world chat people saying, hey, there's a flow tree by blah, 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 blah. And people will group up and wait and all take it down together. Because again, you all get the same rewards, whether you're there or whether there's 8 people or 2 people, it doesn't matter. So it's very nice in that regard. I think the fishing is also an interesting thing communally. You can't physically like grab the pole and help people, but if you cheer them on, they get a buff that I'm not exactly sure the mechanics of it, but it seems like it makes your either your reticle like move faster, or you reel in faster. I'm not exactly. I think maybe you reel in faster. I'm not sure, but you can gain this buff multiple times. So having a whole gaggle of people fishing and cheering each other on in this like party environment does actually make the fishing easier for you. So there's that sort of help aspect to it. So also, that as far as I can tell, you don't need to pursue the storyline that there is. You'll meet a character named Gina right off the bat, and she is really interested in humans and where they came from. But you don't have to follow that, as far as I have been able to find. Your progress on your skills is not locked behind that. You can keep leveling up your furniture making unrelated as to whether or not you want to go do puzzles in the storyline. You could just make your house. Again, as far as I've played, like 15 hours or so, it has not required me to do anything I don't want to. And given the fact that you can, there's a request system, like, hey, I need blank. Like, say, my mining skill is not very high, but I need a certain thing for I need a certain material for a item I'm trying to make. You put a request in, it literally costs you nothing, and someone will just give it to you. It's really nice. You can only put in so many requests at a given amount of time just to prevent spamming, but still, it's free to use. It's super nice. All this is to say, I have been having a lot of fun with Palia. I know it's still in beta, and it's a little bare, and the character creator could use some work. Beards, body sliders, height, but I think what it does offer is something different in the multiplayer realm, in the MMO realm, allowing for a very casual game that still offers the community and endless gameplay that an MMO is known for, while still being able to be enjoyed by your average Stardew player or Animal Crossing player. And again, as of the time this video comes out, this game is in open beta. It's free to play, free to download, so go check it out and add me. My name will be in the description, and let's group up. Let's do some cooking or fishing. Palia is kind of an open book, and I think that's the draw of it right now, and I am excited to see where it goes. So hopefully you guys found my rambling remotely informative, or at least entertaining, but I hope to see you around my homestead. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see more Palia content, maybe something a little more pointed and less train of thought, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow in Stardew. Be good to each other, and good night.